Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be learning about developing guidance skills in children. Understanding and guiding children's behavior requires knowledge of child growth and development. How will you empower the children to solve their own problems and develop self-discipline? So join me, Mrs. Murph, as we learn all about developing guidance skills in children. Effective guidance should maintain children's self-esteem and produce a desired change in behavior. Self-regulation and self-control are the long-term goals of guidance. Another goal of guidance is to promote pro-social behaviors among children, meaning behaviors that are acts of kindness that demonstrate cooperation, helpfulness, and empathy. Not sympathy, but empathy. Okay? Empathy is like the ability to walk a mile in someone else's shoes and understand how they feel about it, okay? Children need teachers who guide and support them. Teachers should be warm, affectionate, and nurturing. They should have interaction often with children, asking them open-ended questions. Children in this type of environment will show certain positive characteristics, including independence, verbalization, cooperation, task persistence, and high self-esteem. There are some general guidelines for developing effective guidance skills that will help you become a more effective teacher. One of the first steps is to observe the children. You will need to reflect and ask of yourself how to respond to each of these children in your classroom. To understand children of differing cultures, it is important to learn about family and culturally appropriate variations. Do you hold any bias or stereotypes? Are you expecting certain behaviors from certain children based on their culture or their gender, personality, appearance? Being honest about your own attitudes and how they may influence your interactions with children will allow you to be more objective. As an early childhood teacher, you will teach children by modeling. You will need to model acceptable behaviors every time you speak and every time you move around. Likewise, the children in your classroom will teach each other. Whatever effect you have on those children, that their behavior will in turn affect other children's behavior. There are specific guidance techniques that can be useful in guiding children's behaviors. These include creating a positive verbal environment, using positive reinforcement, using consequences, warnings, maybe appropriate timeouts, the use of I messages, effective praise, suggesting and prompting, persuading, redirecting, modeling, listening, ignoring, and encouraging. And if you look on your board and pause right here, you can read some other choices and also some common reasons why children misbehave, excuse me. Child guidance may be divided into two categories, both indirect guidance and direct guidance. Direct guidance involves nonverbal and verbal actions, including body language and facial expressions. Your nonverbal actions need to reinforce what you are communicating verbally. There are a few principles for developing direct guidance skills that can be followed. These include using simple language, speak in a very relaxed tone, be positive and provide cues, offer choices for children, encourage independence and cooperation, be firm, be consistent, provide time for children to change, consider their feelings, and intervene when necessary. Indirect guidance involves outside factors that influence the behavior. The physical setup of a center or a daily schedule are forms of indirect guidance. They can directly they can indirectly influence both the children and the teacher's behavior. For example, a very well-planned facility makes supervision easier and supports positive behavior. You will feel more relaxed and the children will feel safer. When guiding children's behavior, your actions should always promote a positive self-concept in each child. A child's self-concept includes the qualities the child believes they possess. It is a result of beliefs, feelings, and perceptions a child has for themselves. During early childhood, another part of self-concept emerges called self-esteem. A child's self-esteem is mirrored in their behavior. Children with positive self-esteem perceive themselves as able and important, and they accept and respect themselves as well as others. In many subtle ways, a teacher affects how children feel about themselves. You provide these messages in your verbal and nonverbal feedback. These signals either promote or decrease a child's self-esteem. So now let's review what we've learned. Effective guidance skills are necessary for effective teaching. Effective guidance should maintain children's self-esteem and produce a desired change in a behavior. Self-regulation and self-control are the long-term goals of guidance. Another goal of guidance is to promote pro-social behaviors among children. Child guidance can be both direct or indirect. You may wish to develop some specific guidance techniques to help you in creating a positive environment. And when guiding children's behavior, your actions should always promote positive self-esteem in each child. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources located in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me. Thanks again for joining me as we learned all about developing guidance skills in children. See you next time.